Good afternoon. Thank you, Charles, for that kind introduction. And always it's great to join y'all here in Birmingham for PARCA's annual forum. I know earlier today you heard from our Department of Mental Health Commissioner Kim Boswell on how we are working together in Alabama to combat opioid crisis. The opioid crisis is certainly not limited to our state alone. This is ultimately a national security issue being battled at all levels. The fight is far from over, but we are making progress in Alabama. From 24 to 25, Alabama saw a 30% decline in overdose deaths. Between the work of our Opioid Overdose and Addiction Council and our investments of both general fund dollars and opioid settlement funds, we are saving lives. I certainly commend PARCA for spotlighting this very real issue throughout your conversations today. My goal in all that we do is to make Alabama the best state in which to live, work, and raise a family. If we're successful in that mission, we must ensure that every child in Alabama is afforded a quality education. When I took office in 2017, Alabama's education system needed immediate attention. In fourth grade math then, we ranked dead last at 52nd. In fourth grade reading, we were 49th. As a former teacher, I know there was no greater opportunity than to improve our students' education. I introduced my first policy as governor, an education initiative, strong start, strong finish, and we got to work. We passed important legislation like the Literacy and Numeracy Acts to refocus our schools on the fundamentals. When COVID-19 closed schools all over the country and many were not returning to the classrooms, I made sure Alabama would get back to in-person learning, and quickly. In 2022, I told the people of Alabama I was running for a second full term because of our students. Then it was during my inaugural address in 2023 when I laid out the goal of having Alabama rank in the top 30 for reading and math. Y'all, there are a few who tried to talk me out of making that bold statement, but I knew our students were up to the task and that we had laid solid groundwork during the first term to achieve this goal. I later declared we would have no more failing elementary schools and unveiled our Turnaround Schools initiative. In fact, I was proud to welcome students from Booker T. Washington K-8 school, located not too far from where we are today, to join me for my final State of the State address. Washington K-8 is currently part of my Turnaround Schools program. Their school had been systemically underperforming. When I took office in 2017, they actually had an F on their report card. Y'all, today they have a B as in boy, and the kids tell us they believe their schools can achieve an A. Their reading and math scores have greatly improved, attendance is strong, and these students have goals. They believe in themselves and are proud of what they are achieving. From an engineer to a pastry chef, to a nail salon owner, to a doctor, these kids see a future for themselves, and they understand being a good student is how they will get there. Washington K-8 is not just a great example of our Turnaround Schools initiative. These kids represent the Alabama education success story. Today, thanks to these students and teachers, Alabama is 32nd in math and 34th in reading and climbing. The nation's most recent report card nation's most recent report card also reflected that Alabama is now first in the nation in math, recovery, and third in reading. And that's not all. We've also tackled the chronic problem of student absenteeism head on. Channeling the help of our teachers and school administrations, we have dramatically reduced truancy, and today, Alabama leads the country. Let me say that again. Alabama is #1 in classroom participation in the nation. And our efforts to improve education continue. Last year, we passed the Focus Act to remove the distraction of cell phones during instructional time. And just this week, I signed into law the Healthy Early Development and Screen Time Act. This will limit screen time for our littlest Alabamians in certain early childhood education and licensed child care facilities. I believe the best is yet to come for our students and for Alabama. Folks, the bottom line is Alabamians can achieve anything if they put their minds to it. I'm proud of our students, our teachers, and parents for stepping up. Y'all, I'm proud of Alabama. I am proud of our citizens, and I am proud to continue leading the state forward. And I am humbled to be the governor of all the people. The people of Alabama deserve our very best. Future generations of Alabamians deserve our hardest work today. This is our opportunity. So let's not waste a moment. Thank you, and may God continue to bless each of you and the great state of Alabama.